we're talking about what new and exciting feature has been found on Pluto's surface. Thanks for tuning in. Hey everyone, welcome back to the STEMulus. I'm Steph, and here's what happened this week in STEM. In case you haven't heard, Pluto is awesome, and thanks to New Horizons and its Pluto flyby in 2015, we're learning more and more about this celestial body. No, I totally did not just dodge taking a controversial stance at all on Pluto's planetary status. I have no idea what you're talking about. Long live the ninth planet. Anyway, thanks to scientists studying images taken by the New Horizons spacecraft, which is now on its way through the Kuiper Belt, we now know that Pluto's surface may be speckled with dunes. When we think of dunes here on Earth, we think of sand, like lots and lots of sand, enough to annoy the heck out of Anakin Skywalker or write a science fiction novel that I just couldn't get into. However, the dunes on Pluto aren't made of sand, but rather methane ice. Cool, we have a new geographical feature. What's the big deal? They're nothing new. In fact, Mars, Venus, Saturn's moon Titan, and even Comet 67P all have them. Well, in order for dunes to form, we'd expect to have some kind of force, typically wind, to shape them. These dunes are sitting in Sputnik Planitia, parallel to the edges of adjacent mountains and perpendicular to the direction of wind streaks we can see nearby. The dunes span approximately 76 kilometers and sit less than half a kilometer apart. However, they couldn't have been formed by wind. Pluto doesn't have much of an atmosphere to speak of, and what little it does have definitely doesn't have enough oomph to push around grains of methane, despite them being only around the size of 200 to 300 micrometers, or about the size of a human fat cell. So how do these mysterious dunes form? Scientists expect that the particles could be moved by a process called sublimation. Sublimation is the name of the phase transition that happens when matter turns directly from a solid to a gas without going through a liquid phase. Scientists suspect that when nitrogen ice on the mountains near the dunes sublimes, it creates an upward burst of nitrogen gas that tosses the methane particles into the air. Once they get tossed, the wind can push them around, scattering them into the dunes we see today. So what can we learn about Pluto based on the potential discovery of these dunes? Well, this tells us that Pluto has an active atmosphere, and that active atmosphere produces geological features that are relatively young. These dunes are estimated to have formed within the last 500,000 years or even more recently, since it appears that they haven't really been disturbed. Hopefully in the future, we'll send more missions to grab more high-resolution images of Pluto in order to take a closer look at the surface and solve even more of its mysteries. So that brings us to our question of the day. What is your favorite feature or discovery of Pluto that's been revealed since the New Horizons flyby? For me, it's gotta be Tombaugh Regio. I cried when I saw the first image come through and it showed that Pluto had a heart. Let me know what you love about Pluto in the comment section down below. As always, if you want to check out this story a little bit more in depth, I will include links to my sources down below, along with links to all of my social media and my Patreon page, so feel free to check that out in your free time. If you like this video and you want to see more content like it, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of my future STEM related content. As always, if you find any really cool current STEM related news stories throughout the week, please feel free to send me a link on the STEMulus Facebook page or on Twitter at the STEMulus using the hashtag #Twistem, and they just might make it into an episode. But with that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay well, stay awesome, and I will see you next time.